Do you remember anything about the war? And
Yes.
what went on?
Yes, I remember. I remember that, yes.
Because there were some bad winters in the beginning of the war, weren't there, I remember?
Yes.
Some bad winters.
Yes,
With
yes.
snow.
Yes, probably. I don't remember so much about that, but I remember the war being declared, you know. Yeah. And I remember coming outside the chapel on a Sunday night and a bomb coming down on rescue.
Goodness.
And I remember the whole lot of us going to the churchyard to see, you know, we could see across that.
Just one odd bomb, was it?
Yes, should have been, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you have evacuees?
No, we didn't, but there was evacuees
Yes.
in the area, yes. No, well, I suppose we were quite a family, like, you know.
Yes, yes.
No. No.
There were celebrations at the end of the war, were there?
Yes. Celebrations at the end of the war. We had a sports and a tea party in Llanwrtyd, yeah? And a carnival. I remember dressing up. I was a Welsh lady. I think I had the first prize. I remember. The top hat and the shawl.
Lovely. So you remember your schoolmaster's daughter being
Yes,
married while
married.
you were at school?
Yes. The wedding was here in Llanwrtyd. I should think it was about 8 in the morning. Well, the school was, he was the headmaster and we was starting the school at 9, of course. And I remember one treat when we came to school that morning, a homemade toffee. Yes. I can see it now coming out on the trays. And it was a treat for us.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice thought, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, Miss Maggie Morgan, the daughter, married, and she married Mr. Elwyn Jones of Llanwrtyd.
So you remember the Homeguard and your husband belonged to it, did he?
Yes. I wasn't married then, but I remember the Homeguard, they were practicing here in Llanwrtyd in the field opposite to where I live now on Sunday afternoon.
What, drill and...
Drill and I don't know, it was, I think it was more fun with them than anything else. I don't know how it would have been if Hitler had come about. But they used to enjoy themselves, I think. And then they were going to other places. On Sunday they were going down to the Garth Bank and Garth House that way. And I heard Ike say, my husband say, that they'd gone a little bit thirsty and they thought perhaps they'd have something all right like to drink, so they asked for something to drink in Garth House there, and they had a bucket of water out anyway. They hadn't bargained for that.
Rather disappointing.
Disappointing.
Yeah. So you remember taking butter into Llanwrtyd during the days when the hotels were flourishing? And
Yes, and well, taking it early in the morning and going round all the houses, which I've mentioned before, I think. And eventually, if you didn't sell, never take any home if you could. Go round the hotel at the end of to sell the Abernant and the Dorcod. And the hotels were always full. The Dorcod was the hotel, as they say. But the Abernant was quite good, of course. But they have the dog code was the hotel.
And some of them would want to test.
Yes,
taste the
and
butter.
when I was going around the houses with the butter, visitors would be wanting to open in the corner of the butter and bringing a threepenny piece out of their handbag and to taste it, to see if there was too much salt or not enough. But they weren't doing it during the war years, mind. They were glad to have it then.
Were these visitors mostly catering for themselves then, were they?
Some
If
of
they
them
were
were,
buying
and they wanted butter to take home too.
To take home, I suppose.
Yes, but mind you, that some of them were bringing their own food mostly with them
And renting rooms.
and renting rooms.
Mm.
How the people that kept these visitors managed, I don't know, because perhaps one of them would have a lump of beef, somebody else would have a chicken.
Mm.
All different meals
Yes.
and different vegetables.
Goodness.
How they
Yeah.
managed, I don't know.
No, because there'd only be one stove, wouldn't there?
That's
or
it,
cooking
yes.
thing in the
And
the
to
house.
know what was for
For
everybody.
Yes,
Because some of them, they were bringing their own food.
yes.
And there's a lot of them coming from Cardigan, the end of the harvest time, the
yes.
farmers.
Yes.
And they'd be, of course, bringing their own food. They used to say they used to bring their own potatoes and take the peel back for the pigs. I don't know if that's true or not.
Were they mostly coming by train then, were they? Or?
The Cardigan ones would be coming over the top of Tregaron there, somewhere I think. That's where. Yes, the visitors from the valleys would be coming by train.
The trains were
They
busy then, weren't they?
Yes, they tell me that the station in Llanwrtyd was black with people coming and going off the trains. And I remember the streets were black with people, full,
Really busy.
busy. And the chapels, there were 3 chapels and a church in Llanwrtyd, and you had to go early or you wouldn't get a seat in any of them.
Goodness.
How different to today.
Yes.
And you say at one chapel was a stable where you left your...
Oh yes,
Yeah.
behind the Methodist chapel, that's where I left the pony when I was
Goodness.
going on horseback to Llanwrtyd with the butter.
Your butter round.
Until
So
I
they had-
graduated to a bike.
So they all had their own preachers living. Would they be resident preachers? all these
Yes,
chapels?
yes,
Would
yes.
they? Yes.
There was a Baptist minister, there was a
Minister,
congregational minister, and a Methodist minister, and a vicar, of course.
Goodness. Yes.
Yes. But they tell me that you had to go an hour before time, perhaps,
Yes.
to get seats.
Goodness me.
Mm.
Yeah.
But there were hundreds in Llanwrtyd.
Yes. I remember Aunt Lizzie saying how
Yes.
you know,
There
the
were
streets
hundreds.
were packed out.
Packed out, well,
Yes.
she'd remember better
Yes.
than I do.
Yes.
But, yes.
Goodness.
They were, well, there was one house in Llanwrtyd, which I'm told, there was 80 staying there.
Goodness.
They were sleeping everywhere, on the top of the landing, everywhere. I don't know if they went in the bath, some of them sleeping. Mm. And they were youngsters, and they didn't care where.
No.
we-
They'd sleep
And
anywhere.
they were half the night, they had their heads out of the windows singing. That's what it was
Yeah.
like there. Mm.
Yes, it's